to run, to rejoice, to embrace every moment that comes your way. It's your life, and it's our passion to care for it. Sanford Health. Health lives here.
Sioux Falls parks close as the mayor urges people to practice more social distancing.
And 2 residents at Avera Prince of Peace test positive for COVID-19. Hear from a family member whose husband is staying there for rehab. Good morning, this is Kelly Land on the go with all you need to know in news and weather as you start your day.
South Dakota Department of Health announced more COVID-19 cases and recoveries this morning. South Dakota gained 7 new positive coronavirus cases for a total of 108. Recoveries went to 44, 10 more than Monday.
The Department of Health also added Brown and Marshall to the list of counties with community spread. All but 2 of the 15 counties highlighted on this map are considered minimal to moderate. Minnehaha and Beadle counties have substantial community spread. New numbers are expected later this morning. Avera Prince of Peace confirms 2 of its residents have tested positive for COVID-19. Prince of Peace said it is taking all precautions to stop the spread.
Prince of Peace closed its doors to visitors more than 2 weeks ago and believes the transmission could have been an employee. Frida Fossum's husband is in rehab at Prince of Peace after breaking his leg a few weeks ago. While he doesn't show any signs of the virus, Fossum is afraid of what will happen when she brings him home later this week.
I mean, I miss him, but I don't want him, coming home either.
Another Kellyland nursing home is also dealing with COVID-19. The Good Samaritan Society facility in Clear Lake confirms an employee has tested positive for COVID-19. Good Samaritan says it has also notified the families of residents and is taking extra precautions.
After a beautiful start to the week, snow could be headed for parts of Kellyland.
But just how much snow could be seen? Well, let's find out by sending it over to meteorologist Brian Karstens. Good morning, Brian.
All right. Good morning, guys. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, that wintry mix is back in the forecast starting tonight into tomorrow for the west, and eventually it'll spread towards Sioux Falls tomorrow evening into early Friday. And that's why the weather map looks like this. We've got a number of headlines, a winter storm warning starting there in the Black Hills. That does not include Rapid City, but it does include the higher elevations here, and certainly over a half a foot of snow is a very real possibility. Looking at central South Dakota, Mobridge Pier, winter, we have winter weather advisories, and that's for some blowing snow issues. And then we've got an area in the northeast where it could be ice. That freezing rain is something we're carefully watching. Watertown, Summit, Millbank, Sisseton, Britain, you're all kind of in the lineup with that possibility. Keep that in mind. We'll sort through the forecast coming up in a few minutes.
Thanks a lot, Brian. South Dakota was one of the last states to reach over 100 positive cases of COVID-19. In a press briefing in Pierre yesterday, Governor Noem says she's encouraged by the numbers, but South Dakota will be dealing with the virus for many more weeks.
We received a large shipment of supplies from the National Strategic Stockpile. Many of these are needed in our communities, and we're grateful to receive that shipment and do expect more in the coming days.
She also says that South Dakota will receive new rapid tests to diagnose those infected at a faster rate. Those tests will be focused on stopping hotspots. The city of Sioux Falls is closing its parks due to the coronavirus pandemic and a lack of social distancing. Picnic shelters, basketball courts, dog parks, and playground equipment are off limits to the public, but Falls Park will remain open.
A city ordinance allowed Sioux Falls to close its parks, but Mayor Paul Tennaken claims his ability to lead at the local level took a hit when Senate Bill 191 failed. The bill would have given counties and municipalities more emergency power, and Tennaken says the time is now.
The lack of direction and the lack of action on some of these bills is frustrating because the critical time is now, not when it's hit the fan and we got to really, it's like, oh, now we got to put it, it's too late. The train has left the station at that point.
A proponent of the bill, Tennaken testified for more than a half hour during veto day on Monday. Rapid City Mayor Steve Allender was also disappointed that state lawmakers decided not to give counties more power during the pandemic.
In Rapid City, an emergency ordinance to close certain businesses has been in effect for 4 days now. People are still getting used to the changes.
The majority of our questions and concerns from the public on what's going on in Rapid City and the government intervention has to do with what the ordinance is and what the ordinance isn't.
The ordinance follows CDC guidelines, which says bars, restaurants, food courts, gyms, and other indoor and outdoor venues where groups of people gather should be closed. 2 local organizations have teamed up to make sure kids don't go hungry while they're away from school.
Food for Sioux Empire Kids and the Hungry Hearts Foundation have been boxing up meals to deliver to kids in Sioux Falls and Harrisburg. They've been delivering up to 3,000 meals a week, and while it's a lot of work, they feel it's necessary.
It's sad to think about it. It is an ongoing issue, even when school's not in session. And so, who knows, maybe we'll just keep doing this long term.
If you'd like to make a donation or volunteer, we've posted a link to the website under this story right here at KELOLAND.com.
Tuesday brought this parade featuring staff from Hawthorne Elementary in Central Sioux Falls. The parade was done to take the staff to the students in this time of social distancing when Sioux Falls schools have been closed by COVID-19.
We are doing a parade for our students, just to drive by and say hi to everybody, let them know we're missing them and that we're thinking about them.
As you can see here, the parade featured different signs on the cars. Brian?
All right. Well, as we get started here with weather, we do have a few good things to talk about, and I always like to bring that up because why not, right? We've got 71 at midday in Yankton. That's great. That's really feeling like spring. Mitchell, well, let's see how warm we can go here. Maybe it hits low 70s. Sioux Falls, we left our official high alone at 68, but some of the internals are suggesting, we could get to that 70 mark. It's possible. If we don't make it, it'll be close enough. Now, the southeast is much different than northern, western South Dakota. Look at Mobridge, 47 at 2 o'clock. Rapid City starting to fall. North winds are picking up. There could be a shower. There might even be a clap of thunder this evening. West central Minnesota, maybe Brookings. We're getting a little hint there that area might pop on radar. And then overnight tonight, there's your snow. It starts to fill in Rapid City. Look at that wind and temperatures. Midnight already down to 27 in Rapid. Sioux Falls at 50. So it's a lot warmer in the southeast. And then we're going to keep that snow going tomorrow. Pierre, grand total could be 3 to 6 inches. We're thinking Rapid around that 4-inch, maybe a 5-inch total. Sioux Falls, if we get some wintry weather, it's going to come in tomorrow night into early daybreak on Friday. But it's going to be a quick mover in Sioux Falls. So, yes, there's a winter weather advisory for Sioux Falls, but it's going to be pretty limited there. Freezing rain, if that becomes a problem, it's probably going to be around Watertown, maybe Millbank. We've got some signatures that are a little heavier there. That's got a little more volatility to it. Always freezing rain, real hard deal to forecast in April, but we'll keep an eye on it. And then your snow, that's going to be heaviest in the west, 8 to 12 in the Black Hills. Looking at about 68 today in Sioux Falls, 63 in Aberdeen. Let's run down your 7 days quickly. We've got 40 by Friday. But then look at the weekend. It starts to dry out, starts warming up. 60s next week. That's going to be very common. Even Aberdeen will be in the 60s by Monday and Tuesday. So after a throwback to winter, it doesn't last long in April. At least it shouldn't. And looks like this year that may be the case. Pierre, 30 tomorrow, 32 on Friday. But we'll double those numbers by early next week. And Rapid City, too. It looks like we'll melt away the snow already by Saturday and Sunday. And 60s on Monday. Guys?
All right, thanks, Brian. And thanks for joining us for KELOLAND on the Go. Be sure to join us on air for midday in KELOLAND.
Until then, you can get up to the minute developments right here on KELOLAND.com. Now go have a great day.